Right before the video starts, I just wanted to let you know that my remix album Re-Arrival is out now, featuring remixes from YMIR, Butte Noise, Nair, Anima Drop, and many, many more. It turned out incredible, so it would mean the world if you would check it out. Link in the description below. Yeah. Let's make it a bit. All right. So we got this. YMIR, you don't have a camera, right?
I have a camera.
You have a camera. Holy shit. Okay, now I have to somehow do this. You caught me off guard. They can't see you yet.
Okay, all's good.
Give me a second. I have to do something. Okay, let me. Oh my god. Here we go. Holy shit.
We got it?
We got it. I'm a professional streamer, dude.
Hell yeah. I don't see you unless I go onto your Twitch stream.
Yes. You have to do that
Okay.
because my camera will not work on two devices. So just go into the stream, then you see me a bit delayed, but that should be okay, I guess.
That is fine. Hey, okay.
Right?
I see you.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got this.
Nice.
It's amazing to have you here. It's really, really cool that this worked out and everything. So welcome to this beautiful streaming channel and this beautiful community.
Dude, thank you so much for having me. And hello, everybody. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I got my headphones on now, so they hopefully don't hear you 12 times now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, prior to... like I guess just for chat to know, like prior to I was having like crazy loopback issues, and then there was a point where it was like echoing even more, and it was horrible. I don't know what's going on, but this is what happens when you have like two interfaces trying to like contact each other. It's the stupidest stuff, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's funny because I had the same problem with Quiet, so it's somehow always with the vocalist guys that they are not able to talk to you just on Discord or something, because it's always like 65 different devices that go into each other.
Yeah. That's all we can do is just sing, man. That's it. It's everything else is just a travesty waiting to happen.
But that's good, because singing is way more important, I guess. Okay, people ask if I can turn you up. Talk now?
Hello. I could also probably bring myself up a little more.
No, I think it's good now.
Let me see what's... Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Check. I could boost. I can maybe even I can add a compressor.
Can you add some wave shaper, please?
I can add some weight. I could get myself to be maybe like really high frequency. Is that high frequency enough?
Oh no, that's ugly.
It's horrible. Would you prefer more muddy, like low end?
Oh Jesus, this is gonna be fun. I see it already. Holy shit. Okay.
Is this okay?
Yeah, this sounds beautiful.
It's my
I think you.
profile. It's my
I think you should add some RC20 with the wobble filter on it. So it's going kind of like that.
I think I maybe I might be able to add a shit ton of reverb.
Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be beautiful today. Oh, I see it already. I am into this.
Go!
Thank you for improving my stream like that. I absolutely love it.
It's my genuine honor.
Can we do this more? Yeah, can we do this more often?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll
Fuck
also
yeah.
have the reverb at the ready, like just in case we need to just go whoa or something like that. It'll be right there. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I love it. Next time you should host the stream so you can put the reverb on myself as well. That would be highly appreciated. Oh god. Okay, let's stop shitposting for a second. You hit me up actually because you wanted to talk about your remix, and I have no fucking idea why.
Dude, I'm sorry. I was just like, I don't know. First off, I watch your streams like on YouTube. I watch like the reposts on YouTube because I'm
appreciate it.
Horrible. Yeah, no problem. I'm like a horrible like millennial like with Twitch in general. I just watch like reposts of stuff. But,
Same.
I absolutely love like all of your reaction videos to like all the different like just all the different artists and stuff. And I may have seen one or two of like the random YMIR feature too, which has been super fun. But I
Yeah.
love it, man. It's so good. And like I
Sweet.
don't know, I just always kind of wanted to reach out at some point and be like, hey, I want to come in and react with you. I think it would be super fun. And I just kind of interjected myself when I had the chance, I guess.
Dude, it makes absolute sense, especially because like when I think about it, I thought about this remix album, and one of the first people that came into my mind was you, actually, because I know that you also know Vasu, and you are in that bubble, and I love those guys like John, Vasu, and all those people are just they are amazing. You know, they always supported my stuff, even though I'm living on the other side of the world. But somehow there is a connection, right? They supported me from the beginning, and I remember back in the days when I made this first remix for Apashe's Lacrimosa.
Oh man.
That was like the first time I really got in contact with them. And before that, like prior to that, I always kind of, like when I started making music, right? I always dreamed about, okay, releasing with Kannibalen. Like it was honestly one of my goal labels, because they kind of, you know, back in the days, it was like really important to have your own sound, right? Your own unique signature sound.
Right.
But that kind of died out when Firepower kind of died, because it was like with Datzig, Baron, and those like old guys, and Getter even back in the days. And every one of them had their unique sound. And after that, it kind of died out. But Kannibalen kept it real, right? So they kind of kept this essence of, okay, all of our artists need to have their unique sound. So it's Apashe, it's Kaiwachi. Back in the days, it was Snails. Mjolnir, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. And then it was BTSM as well. Back in the days, they made more like electro stuff. Now they went to dubstep a bit more. And I think it's a bit less original, but that's just personal taste. They still make amazing stuff, and the visuals are completely nuts.
Absolutely.
And when they asked me to remix that stuff, it was like a little what do you call it? When you get like when you turn into a knight, like what is it called?
Oh, well, I guess when you get knighted, right? Like when they
Is that's how you call it?
Shoulders.
That's what I mean, at least.
We
Yeah.
call it a knighting. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like, it was honorable. It was like, it was a very kind of like, it was a pivotal kind of experience. Yeah.
Exactly. And after that, I just met Apashe, I met BTSM at shows, and Kaiwachi always supported my stuff anyways. And then you kind of came into that bubble like sideways because of your completely insane remix. and I was like, okay, I have to hit this guy up, and we need to make a song. And then Outcast happened. Honestly speaking, just because of the time it got created, it's kind of a relic for me already. Because it just turned old really fast because of the rebranding, blah blah blah, and so on. You know the story. But I still think it's like probably one of the most important songs in my INHUMAN time, I guess.
I love that. It's
so
honestly, it was so cool to be hit up too, because like it was kind of you were literally the first person aside from like Apashe or anybody to really kind of come up and be like, hey, I would like to collaborate with you when I started this project. So it was like already just kind of being hit with such a heavy hitter of like an artist as yourself. I was just like blown away, and the song was awesome, dude. I swear to you, I figured out the melody for it. I think maybe within
there was a donation.
20 minutes. Ooh, donation.
Oh yeah, Stoic, thank you, man. Thank you for $1 and a message that's really short.
Did he write okay? I know
think
this
so.
guy.
Really?
Of course he did. That's he was actually Stoic. He is he's one of my moderators, but also he was my old manager before I joined.
Oh,
so hey buddy,
nice.
Welcome to the stream.
Sweet.
He's on this crusade of just constantly writing okay every single day.
He typed it in the chat, yeah.
Of course he did. Of course he did. Oh, he's a character. Anyway, but yeah, man, no, I came up with the melody like at least I think within the first 20 minutes of hearing the track, and it was easy. And I love that when it's a song is so easy to just come up with, and it was super fun. And I love the premise too. Oddly enough, I came to know you through Inhuman, which is a very different situation for obviously like compared to like a lot of your fans that have come through Code Pandorum, right? So I love the whole Inhuman experience completely. I love like all the different stuff you played around with. Even like the stuff you're doing with the Machinist is really fucking sick too. So
yeah, it felt kind of like a side quest for me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, totally.
Yeah, I had like I had my main storyline, and then I kind of felt underpowered, so I had to level a bit, like in different genres, you know. And then I came back to make like the shit that I really want to do now again.
And you killed it though. That was a great side quest. Like,
thank you, dude.
I don't know how much XP you got, but you got a shit ton, man, for sure.
I think honestly more than I expected.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, there's another donation, and I can't read it because my window is too small. Let me wait a second. Let me put that all over the screen. It didn't work. Why did this not? Oh my god. I will check the donations later, guys. We have to somehow talk through stuff a bit here.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it, so thank you guys. And yeah, then I was like, okay, he's in that bubble. Of course, I have to ask him to remix New World because it just makes sense.
That's awesome.
Honestly, the original song, and I'm speaking completely open here now because I try to be as transparent as possible. The original did not do really well because my manager, and no offense to him, he figured it out at the end, but he kind of like he was the one in charge of uploading the stuff and everything. He has like his own label. He's working with the orchard and stuff. It's all good. But there were like some mix up in informations about like how to properly tag another primary and stuff. So that kind of got fucked up, and it did not appear on Vasio's profile at first.
Oh shoot!
And that just made the song not explode as much as I expected, because I really was like, okay, this song will blow the fuck up because it's insane. Like New World is incredible. I love that song. Vasio's vocals are fantastic.
It's honestly it's my favorite. I think it's my favorite Inhuman track.
That's
I remember,
amazing.
Like hearing for the first time, and I was like, yo, this is so dope. Every section is so like crafted, and I love like just the general idea of changing up like part to part in a structure. Like it's I find it so cool. I guess it's maybe like my prog rock background, kind of like just speaking out, but I just love when a song is more of a journey. And that felt so right. And
yeah, I think
his vocals were great.
We kind of think similar here, I guess, when it comes to music. We have like a similar taste that's kind of obvious, because every time we show each other stuff, it's like, oh, this is amazing. But yeah, I asked you, you said yes, and then you came with a remix that I did not expect. Honestly, I expected something entirely different than this. So tell me more about how that happened. Like, how did you come up with the idea? Why is there like this classical melody that's stuck in my head now for days? Tell me more.
Oh yeah. Let's go. Dude, finally it's stuck in somebody else's head, because it was stuck in mine for like, I think 4 months. It was just, I had fucking box invention number 5, I think it is, just ingrained in my head. Every time I go to the bathroom, it'd be there screaming, just destroy it. Okay. So the thing is, the last time I did a remix was the Uyubak remix for Apashe. So it's been a while.
Sure.
Going into your remix, I realized very quickly that it's really fucking hard to remix a song you really like.
Dude, 100%. And real quick, I have to say that real quick. We are 70 people already, which is pretty amazing. So thank you guys for being here. Like, it's pretty dope. And yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm so happy so many people are here. It's nice.
That's amazing.
I told the Discord to come too, so hopefully there's a few guys. Well, we have my Stoic here who's
I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's a few new names that popped up for sure.
Hell yeah.
Wait, all right.
So yeah, dude, remixing a song you really like is really tough, because I think the thing is you end up kind of remixing it in a similar way, in a similar vibe, because you like it so much. And it ticked a lot of boxes for me, at least in terms of like the style that I like, also kind of composing a bit. So when I was trying to come up with something, it felt very much within the world, but almost like it was just almost like a copy. And I was kind of like, ah, shit. Like, I don't want to just kind of copy it, right? It's like,
I see.
I want to kind of bring it into like a different world as well.
Yeah.
So I had like...
Into a new world, you mean?
Into a new world. He said it, guys. He said it. He said it. But yeah, the first try I did was like very kind of like cyberpunk-esque, kind of like more like just kind of like a mid-tempo kind of house thing. But like a lot of the
That's what I expected.
Right?
Yeah.
But the thing was, I think it was still a little too close. It felt a little too similar. And then I tried something more kind of in my like trap style, where it was and then I think there was a point where, don't mean to get graphic, but I was in the bathroom, and
nice.
It just the that 4-month-long Bach invention melody just kind of said, you know what, you gotta try putting it somewhere, and maybe this is it. So I started to kind of like try to piece all the things together to see if I could manage it, and it ended up working in this weird cacophony of like classical music meets like Wasiu's vocals meets like the world that you created, and like even some of the sound effects that you had that I took from your samples. And it just, I don't know. And then there was another thing about it where I really wanted to use the clavier sound, which is a really shitty sounding piano sound.
It sounds like trash usually. Yeah,
it sounds like absolute trash, right? And I was in like deep in this challenge to try to make it sound good or interesting at least. Because then it's like, if you can make like a shitty sound like decent enough, it becomes a bit of a statement piece, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, fuck it, let me try that.
It stands out, that's for sure. Like, you hear it and you know, okay, it's that song, because no one else would use that sound.
Exactly. Because it's a really crappy sound.
Yeah.
But it ended up working really well. And it was fun because you know the plugin Simplant, right?
Yeah.
I had the original clavier sound in my keyboard. I had it inside like my little Juno stage as a random like sample in there. And I decided to bring it into Simplant and then have those as like a hard left, hard right, and create like a nice stereo field without having too much phase, because they were slightly different, and I could morph both of the different like sounds like over time to be still slightly different and kind of ever evolving. So
I see.
that was one of the fun parts about this remix too, was just kind of ebbing and flowing,
shifting around.
Yeah, exactly. Morphing it and shifting it so that it changed over time. So you hear that melody, but every single time it's the same sound, just morphed in such a weird way. That it sounds different, but still within the same world of that sound, I guess.
That's really, really cool. Yeah, I wanted to ask you actually if the sound is actually like slightly changing over the song, because it sounds like that at times. I'm like, wait a second, that did not sound like that in the section before, but it's the same section. So it's kind of clever. Like, it's really clever songwriting, I guess. It's really, really well done. And there's this one section in the song. Let me actually pull up the song. I have to show you that. Man, like, even this intro, like, it begins and you're like, holy shit. It's so well done. So what I want to say is, in that second drop, there's like this kind of delayed drop, if you want, when the vocals kick in, and that part just gets me mad, dude. Like, in the car, I'm like, it's so good. Like, this section here.
In a new world.
This part, dude.
Sadly, I can't hear it. But I know obviously what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't watch the stream with audio, obviously. But yeah, that the people heard it now, and it's so good. It's so good. So yeah.
Man, I don't know what I was thinking in terms of that, but like fake outs are such a cool like technique, like when you use it in such a, you know, unique way, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I really kind of felt like kind of letting it um after like just like that big bridge that kind of happens too, where it's like growing and expanding
Mm-hmm.
to kind of avert the expectation, to kind of bring it back down, like drop it down into something a little heavier, felt
Mm-hmm.
really just like satisfying, right?
It does, yeah.
So
Yeah, and how the vocals kick in at that part, that makes everything. Like the vocals kick in so late pretty much with the drop. It sounds phenomenal. Like that section is really the yeah, I don't know, that's like the one thing that I'm always waiting for in the song, and I love it when a song has this kind of thing. I don't know, you know there's this one Muse song. I know you love Muse.
I do. I'm a
Um
huge fan.
There's like I'm usually not the biggest fan because I think sometimes the vocals are a bit too flat, right?
Yeah, Matthew Bellamy, he's got an interesting voice.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know, the processing is just a bit too aggressive for me at times. It's like really okay, they cut out everything natural, it seems like. You know what I mean? But in Won't Stand Down, like that last drop that is just like a metal drop, pretty much like a breakdown. Dude, I'm waiting for that all the time, and this kind of makes me think about that. Like it's just this one section that you wait for in a song, and having that is just wonderful.
Honestly, yeah, that's something about Muse that I've always loved is they're just, I guess it's almost like their bridge or their alternate sections where
Mm-hmm.
it's just so like it brings you to a whole other world. And there's so
Yeah.
many songs from them that I love that did that. Like there was one called Butterflies and Hurricanes, which
Okay,
is
I
like
think
this,
I think I have to listen to it.
it's dude, it's beautiful. Honestly,
Open it up.
fuck. It's a long track. It's slightly orchestral too, but it's ever expanding. And there's this whole section where he does like essentially a piano cadenza, like a piano solo, and
Mm-hmm.
it's so classical. It's so like
Damn.
romantic period shit. It's awesome. Anyway,
Sweet.
but
Sweet. Yeah, I have to check more Muse, I guess. I just know a few songs. I know this they made a soundtrack for the movie High Tension, if you know that one.
I
Um
don't. I don't
it's
know that one. Let me
the
check.
song is called Newborn. You know that one.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
it's insane. Like I heard it in the movie and I was blown away. I was checking it. It was Muse and I was like, okay, hell yeah, I love it. So I
Oh,
like Muse, but I did not get into the stuff enough to say, okay, what songs do I like? What songs do I know? But the latest album just had me a bit, because of the processing being like really aggressive.
I'll be honest, the last, I think I started to fall off a little bit more on the last two albums, but I'm also one of those fans that's very what's the word? Like I'm one of those fans that just kind of, if they release it, I'll listen to it kind of thing. I'm a bit of a like just like a hopeless follower, I guess.
Mhm.
But I it is kind of making me realize how good their early stuff is. Like
Mhm.
their first four albums for me. It's Showbiz, Origin of Symmetry, um, it's fucking Absolution, and I think I can't remember the other one, but those first four albums are just god tier stuff.
Mhm.
God
Yeah,
tier. Ugh,
I will check it out for sure. So
definitely worth a listen.
thanks for the recommendation for sure.
Absolutely.
Um,
Hell yeah.
so yeah, if there's not more you want to say about the remix, I would say let's check the Mr. Bill thing. We wanted to do that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Sweet.
I was contemplating opening up the Cubase projects, but I thought about it, and considering the audio issues we had before.
But if you are down, like if you want to do that and want to do like a little breakdown, we could do like, I don't know, maybe 2 parts of it or something and upload one on your YouTube, one on mine or something like that.
We could.
It could be an idea if you're down for that.
Let me try opening up Cubase and see what happens. Oh, yes, I use Cubase, which I know a lot of people are gonna they're gonna rat on me for, because it's not Ableton or FL. which
Yep.
I understand is much more of like kind of like I'm noticing that's like the standard in like EDM. Like those two
Kinda.
laws seem to be the.
I mean, I have to say I really, really love Bitwig. I don't hear you anymore. What the hell? Oh, because you opened Cubase. Hell yeah. I would say let's not try the breakdown thing right now.
Yeah. Do you hear me now or no?
Yeah, I hear you again. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that was what I was expecting was gonna happen.
Nice.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens when you use Cubase.
See? No, man, you don't get it. It's different. It's different, man.
It's different, yeah. No, but I totally understand the appeal of different DAWs, to be honest, because I tried using Bitwig, especially in the Inhuman time, because I also wanted to think outside the box. I was so stuck like in the FL workflow, and there is things in Bitwig that I never thought about doing in FL, just because it opens your brain in a different way when you try to using different stuff and everything.
Absolutely.
So I totally get that, and I think Cubase has like similar appeal to it.
So I've tried a little bit of Bitwig and I've loved a lot of what it gave.
Yeah.
I think what kind of still stops me from kind of trying to use it more is really just how long I've been using Cubase and how quickly and easy I know that one.
Yeah.
You know, so but
it's kind of especially like if as soon as you make music as a career, you kind of have to maintain a certain workflow, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to finish up stuff, you have to deal with deadlines and shit, and you just have to push your career. So you have to make music really fast, and that's why I went back to FL, because I needed my workflow, and I wasn't able to keep that workflow in Bitwig, and my deadlines just piled up, and I was like, oh shit, I can't finish this up right now because I need more time, because I need to figure out the shit how to do it.
Yeah. That's it, man. And it's like, I tell myself too, I'm like, maybe I'll like play around with Bitwig, like as like just for fun for now, you know,
a hobby.
And then I realize I'm like, well, I don't have enough time musically to do that. Cause if I'm going to work on music, I'd rather, you know, try to work to build stuff. So it's a weird dilemma to have for sure. But
I mean, it's kind of like I try to use it occasionally. I tried, because like a few weeks ago, I think I just deinstalled it again because I needed space and I only have like 1 terabyte. So contact libraries are a nightmare to deal with.
Oh my god, dude. Oh. And that's yeah, especially like I love using orchestral stuff, but oh my god, this takes up so much space.
Yeah,
so
much. You need like an SSD just for libraries, right?
100%. Yeah,
it's insane. Yeah,
actually, it's also what I realized too is that like storage bandwidth is like a big thing. So like especially with audio, like the more audio stream that's happening within like one storage space, the more bandwidth you're using of that storage device. So it is really good to kind of have like, say, your samples in one hard drive and your libraries in another hard drive.
It makes sense.
Project in another, you know.
Yeah, when you think about it, it makes sense, because they're like every drive is just another PC technically, right? So it needs like it needs to work as soon as you want to do stuff with it, and yeah, it makes sense. I didn't think about that actually.
There's in the orchestral world, like the cinematic world, there's even people that use like completely like separate servers for their sample libraries.
Yeah, I can imagine.
From, right? It's crazy.
You remember back in the days when the Native Instruments Ultimate thing came with an SSD?
Yeah.
That was dope. That was dope as hell. Like imagine buying that thing and you just have it on an SSD, you can plug it in and it works.
Yeah. You I think you can still do that for some other companies. I don't know for Native Instruments, but like East West, you can do that. I think like Vienna Ensemble.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah.
So, but
I mean, honestly, in my opinion, Native Instruments itself kind of fell down a bit. Like I don't know, the stuff they are doing recently is like the same again and again, like with Ashlight and Stray Light and the other light thing, and it all kind of sounds the same. It's just like a mix between granulizer and sampler, and that's kind of it. It's weird. It feels less inspired, but I mean, it makes sense if you created nearly every instrument in the world as a library already, I guess.
Yeah, at that point, it's true. No, definitely. Like, I feel like third-party samples is where it's at. Like, I do use a little bit of Spitfire stuff. I use a lot of East West, which is not Contact or Native Instruments, but for Native Instruments, it's mostly just like third-party stuff that I pick here and there, like little boutique things. Because
just interesting stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just found this. I found this weird library of just like metal screeches and scratches, like those weird metal plates and scratching over it and stuff like that. And it's just so fun to use because it's no one else does it pretty much and uses these weird things.
Absolutely.
Pretty cool.
Oh my God. Cool. One of my obsessions that if I ever get the chance to have the money to do it, like as an extra bit, there's these microphones. They're called the Sankin C100 or something like that. They're essentially these like they're not omnidirectional, but they're these cardioid microphones that pick up all the way up to 100 kilohertz. So above 20K, above the human hearing.
Okay.
And what makes it unique is that if you work, say, within a project of like 96K, you can pitch all of those sounds down and it will retain and bring all the stuff that's in the like above 20K down into the space of our human hearing.
Is it that thing? Like watch the stream?
SANKEN. Yeah, it's the bulky one there. To the left. Yeah, the bottom one.
Yeah. This one here? Or no?
Yes, this? That one. That's one of them.
Okay.
They have a few different models, but if you go online and check on YouTube, like some like demos of people pitching down these things, these sounds, it's crazy. Some of the sound design potential you can get out of it. Like people like say like ruffling feathers, it just sounds like, but then when you bring it down, because of the amount of detail that's in like the 20K and up, it just ends up sounding monstrous and demonic, and it's beautiful.
Kind of have to check that out. 1 second. This sounds odd and weird, and I love everything about it. What the hell,
man? It's
I just pulled up a video.
Yeah. Right?
What the fuck?
Right?
What the hell is this? What the? Okay.
See? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like the potential is unbelievable. But the price for them is also a little unbelievable. So.
Oh yeah. Do I want to know that?
I mean, it's.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
2.5K. Holy shit.
Yeah. That's why if I had 2.5K to spare at some point in the far future, that may be something that I would look into.
Just make a song with John that comes into a commercial or something, then you're good.
That's what we got to do.
Yeah, Jesus, that's amazing. Holy shit. Yeah.
Dude, there's so much fun sound design shit out there. That's been one of the funnest highlights of like starting the YMIR project too, just learning about the crazy shit people do. Yeah. I love it. I love it all. Spectral synthesis, man. Like spectral shit has been what I've been into lately so much. Oh,
it's crazy. Yeah.
It's so fun.
And there's amazing plugins for that in in Bitwig. They have like crazy plugins for that.
Exactly. That's what was kind of also kind of inching me more towards it. But I think what stopped me once again was I'm so like used to the archaic mix console thing where you have like the faders and shit, like in Cubase and in Logic and like Pro Tools, like that typical stuff. that
Yeah.
it's like I wish they had like more of a setup like that. They do, is just it's not as, I guess, maybe as efficient for me at least,
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
using Cubase.
Yeah, I know
But
what you mean. Yeah.
it's a
Do you have
classical way of doing things.
do you have like any plugins or tips for that Spectral stuff? Because I love the idea behind it, but I didn't get into it yet because of deadlines and my monitor breaking down on me.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of Spectral stuff is fucking CPU intensive. That's the first thing
Sure.
you got to know about.
That's fine though. I
Yeah.
should be able to work that out.
Companies I really like, well, Synaptic is a very, well,
Oh yeah.
obviously the color-based stuff that they do.
Mhm.
They have a plugin called Morph, which is
I know
awesome.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So it applies kind of like the frequency spectrum or amplitudinal information of
Mhm.
one sound onto the frequency spectrum or amplitudinal information of another sound.
Mhm.
So say you have like, I don't know, like a percussion hit that goes poof, right? And then you have
Mhm.
like a sound like a vocal going ah, it's gonna kind of give the amplitude of that percussion to the sound, or vice versa, or in between. And they have
Mhm.
like different algorithms to kind of morph in between
I
them.
see. Yeah.
And you have a little XY grid in the center, which you can automate and morph
Yeah.
and create like shapes with it. And I
Yeah.
love that. Um, there's uh there's another one from Plugin Alliance called Spec Ops, which is pretty
I
good
know
too.
that one actually. Yeah.
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 I had a friend. Do you know WAD?
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so WAD he showed me that plugin and it was
Okay.
really fucking cool. Like you can get
Yeah.
like you can stretch like and do like a spectral delay. Like you can do
Mm.
an Ableton with sounds kind of very quickly on that, so you can create these very smeared sounding things.
Sweet. Yeah.
Another one that is actually an amazing spectral plugin is Soothe by
Oh, funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
Soothe, obviously you can go and you can dip the resonant peaks of a sound, right? But it also has this delta mode where it
Mhm.
allows you to just listen to the resonance that you're dipping. And
Makes
you
sense.
can,
Yeah.
yeah, so you can essentially apply that and just have it in delta mode, and now you have kind of like this resonant garble that's happening with
Mm.
it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um
Interesting.
Let me think. I think there's one more that I like using. I also use one from Waves called Z Noise,
Mhm.
which is just a noise suppressor. Noise suppression is the same kind of deal, except it's suppressing noise instead of resonances. So you can
That's
use
by
it.
the way, thank you for that, because that's by the way a perfect moment to finally say that I'm actually kind of sponsored by Waves. So there's an affiliate link. If you see this on YouTube, it's in the description, and you can buy Waves shit and you will help this channel with it. So that's
Hell
freaking
yeah.
amazing.
Hell yeah.
I should check
Go
it out then, because it's really nice. I have to say that here, it is sponsored. I got like all the Waves plugins from them, which is really, really dope. And they gave me like access and stuff to kind of try them out, make videos about it. I didn't make it yet because I had no time to make like specific videos for it. But they gave me the plugins, and that's why I'm saying that. So if you want to check out some Waves plugins, and maybe the one that Emir will tell you about now, what's the name again?
Z Noise.
Exactly. You want to check that out.
Dude, I fucking congrats to you. Holy shit.
Oh, thanks. It's pretty low key. It's just like, okay, they give me the plugins and give me access, and I just talk about it pretty much. So it's pretty dope. Yeah, pretty cool.
Well, I can honestly add Z Noise. It's more used for just noise reduction. But it's got a really cool system on it where you can have it in adaptive mode, where it's constantly kind of reshaping its profile to reduce
kind of
noise.
like delta mode.
Yeah, kind of like there's a delta mode as well, the difference mode. And but what's nice is if you kind of find the right curve for a sound, it will start to give that spectral garbly kind of tone to it while still reducing the noise, which is kind of like a
Interesting.
2-in-1 kind of benefit. You
Yeah.
get the spectral tone, but you also have the ability to squash it and compress it more if you want to get it nice and loud too. So I've been doing that lately on string libraries and string samples to kind of
Oh,
purposely
sweet.
make it
Yeah.
sound like weirder and like
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, and a bit lo-fi-ish, right? Like it gives
Yeah.
it like this weird lo-fi aesthetic.
It
Like
gives it
running it through a tape machine style kinda.
yeah, or
Yeah.
like it can also give it like an MP3 kind of low bit rate YouTube
Mhm.
resolution
Mhm.
kind of thing, like you're listening to something in like 100p or something.
Yeah. Do you know the plugin? It's a free one called Codec.
I've seen it, but I haven't used it.
It's actually pretty dope too. It's like making stuff sound like shit on purpose. And I love using that at times. It's really, really cool.
I'll have to check that out. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's free. It's like a really, really small DLL thing, but it does some magic. And when I think about it, I think the FL Studio Vocodex thing is also technically a Spectral.
Yeah, a lot
effect,
of vocoders
right?
are Spectral. I even
Yeah.
saw somebody mention Resonator as Xsynth is pretty like is dope too.
Yeah.
There's anything that essentially what's it called applies effect on the frequency spectrum
Yeah.
is considered spectral.
Yeah.
There's also
So an equalizer is Spectral.
yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
I think like the main kind of system that's in place is like a fast Fourier transformer algorithm that does the thing. I don't know the details of it personally. I haven't gone that deep into it, but essentially you can also do it with you can also compress stuff spectrally.
Mhm.
There's this free suite that I use all the time. I don't know if I'm gonna find it.
Okay, while you're looking, someone asked something. Is that why so many songs do that deliberate thing where it sounds like you're listening to a sound through a phone call? That's technically just a bandpass filter. So it's pretty simple actually.
The bandpass filter, yeah, the very kind of voice like this.
Yeah.
But then there's also the
that was actually really, really good.
Thank you. Man, I'm a vocalist, man. This is what I do.
That's your job.
It's my job.
Should I say? Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. I don't know if I can. Oh, actually, I found it. Okay.
Nice.
Let me see what it's called. Okay, so it's this guy named Andrew Riemann. He has this thing called a Spectral Suite. I don't know if I can maybe I can shove it down into the what's it called? Yeah, I'll shove it down into the chat.
That will not no.
No, I won't
send it to me on Discord.
Yeah, let me send it to you on Discord quick.
Yeah. And I just tried to think about how we do the listening to the Mr. Bill thing, but I think if I share my screen, it should work because
okay, we can try it. If not, worst case, I'll just kind of blast the what's it called? I'll just put on the volume on the Twitch stream myself.
Yeah, but then it will be delayed like crazy.
Tomato, you give some, you take some.
Yeah, we will figure it out. So that's like small Spectral plugins or what?
Yes. So
okay,
I use this all the time. It's made by one dude. And I think it's both for Mac and PC, which is great. Some plugins are a little bit more finicky than others, so you have to kind of learn like where they kind of break because it's one person. But they have a bunch of fun stuff. They have like a bin scrambler. Essentially, what that does is it kind of like starts to create garbles at like the point that you choose in the frequency. My favorite is Spectral Gate. Essentially, any resonances that go above the threshold are like completely.
That's like it's pretty much like the plugins in Bitwig. Yeah, I played around with them for sure. Yeah,
exactly.
That's pretty sick.
So obviously, you know, one of the downfalls of Cubase is we don't have the amazing synth sounds that Ableton FL and Bitwig have. So I've had to scour the internet a bit for alternatives. So for those that are curious, that's a really good suite that I really like for spectral stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fun stuff to be had with those. There's a sinusoidal shape filter where it kind of creates like the nasal resonances, like those sinus resonances.
Oh yeah.
At the places that you put them.
Yeah.
Tons of fun stuff. Anyway.
Can imagine. I will check it out. Maybe I can make actually like some little video about this. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Could be cool. I always look for like new ideas to make like actual content on YouTube, you know? Because at the moment it's mainly just reaction stuff and just some little videos here and there. And I mean, stuff like this little talk here is like pretty dope content, and just getting some ideas is really nice, because it's crazy. The YouTube stuff is so, I think it's like my fastest growing social media at the moment, like ever.
Honestly, it's I think YouTube is one of the best paths, especially as a creator, as a
So powerful.
So powerful. And I think I kind of see it as like the long form content leads to long term like fans, the way I see it.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It's something I do have to work on more personally, because I really love the time that I spent doing like walkthroughs and on YouTube.
Yeah.
So.
But it's also time consuming, and then again we are at the deadlines and stuff, which makes it hard again. There's you kind of have to find the right balance, I guess. Yeah. And for me, like my to-do list every day is getting longer and longer, and I'm always like,
I bet, dude. And you own a label as well, right? Crow's Nest?
Yeah. I'm really happy that my wife is doing most of the work with the label. That's really good. It just helps me immensely. But still, I don't want to lose track of what happens with the label, because it's still like my 100%. It's my baby somehow, you know. It's my identity in the label, and if she would do everything without me being behind it, it would kind of lose the point of the label, I guess. So. Right. Yeah.
No, that's 100% fair. And it's like it's really cool to see kind of like, and not only like you but like your genre and like the artists that you choose to kind of be under the label, and how it trickles down into like this fountain of like a style almost. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. As someone asked right now, so YouTube is better for musicians than SoundCloud? I think SoundCloud is not really important anymore. It feels like that, at least.
So I'm gonna say I'm still very much kind of like a newbie to like a lot of like just the EDM world in general, and SoundCloud was kind of just more of a storage space for me, to be honest.
Legit, yeah.
And just like a place to share links so people can listen privately.
I have to say, I think my career would not be what it is now without SoundCloud, but back in the days, it just was a different time, I guess. I just dropped music there, people found it, and then someone hit me up and was like, yeah, you want to play in Paris? And I'm like, wait a second.
That's so dope.
I just uploaded shit to SoundCloud. Who the hell are you?
I love that. I totally miss that trade.
it's not like that anymore. That's the big problem. Like right now, it's way more about content and being like a character and an identity in the music realm and blah blah blah. And on one side, I love it because you have to put effort in the stuff you're doing, or you have to have some luck. That's the other side of the sword. But it's, I don't know, it's just it's a weird time right now. Either you are really lucky and you have like a one hit and then you blow up and you somehow maintain to keep that hype, or you die out entirely, or you have like a really constant slow growth into something bigger. And that's where we are at now, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm eternally grateful and extremely lucky for the privilege I've been given to do this, because I don't know how John even decided to choose my remix compared to like the fucking hundreds of other ones that were. So it is a weird time. I've been trying to do music for like I think 10 years now, essentially.
Yeah.
And I'm 30 this year.
So. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
could be my dad. No.
Yeah, there you go.
just fucking around.
But the thing is, it's that like, at least with the EDM space, I feel like it's more, it appreciates people that have like put in the years of work into the talent. I feel like I look at Noisia, for example, or I look at like the classic guys like Dead Mouse or like the guys that are older. And it's like they're kind of they kind of get this renowned status because of the fact that they put in the years and they're constantly developing and producing and creating and developing more of their sound. So I don't know, it kind of feels different because I came from more of a rock background and a pop background, where pop, like, essentially once you kind of hit 30, if you didn't kind of make it, good luck.
I know what you mean.
Rock, it was more like I just got stuck in my town with playing bar shows to maybe 3 to 10 people, and that's it. Every time I'd play a show, so didn't go anywhere. But EDM really kind of gave me an opportunity here to continue the continue doing music, which
that's freaking amazing. Yeah, definitely. And honestly, it's, I don't know, when you look at people that are like overnight breakthrough artists, most of the time they release like 20 different albums before that, maybe with a different name and stuff. So it's you don't have success overnight. It's not possible. Like there is some background behind it most of the time. Of course, there is also like the exception of like real industry plans where people are like, okay, you are our next star and we put $10 million into you. It can happen. Of course, that's overnight success then most of the time. But the usual process is a lot of work until you have an overnight success, right?
And I think it's much more like, it's way more gratifying and way more fulfilling too, because like it really feels like we've put in all these years, this culmination of knowledge into this product that we're doing right now, or this project. And it's so cool to see people just love it, you know, and appreciate it, because it took 10 years of work to get to that sound, you know?
And it's crazy because for me, it took like 11 years now, a rebranding back. And now, right now, the album I'm working on is probably the first album I'm 100% happy with. And it's the first time I'm finding the direction I want to go for my future stuff. And I never had that feeling before, but now I have the skill set, I have the vision behind it, and I know where I want to go. And I also have the support behind me that I worked on the whole years. That helps me to kind of, fill out that space that I always wanted to kind of like fill out the picture that I wanted to paint the whole time. Right. And it's kind of cool to see it like that, to finally be able to do the shit that you want to do. Crazy.
Oh, absolutely. It's really cool, and I'm really happy that you're in that position, man. I'm really happy that I'm in that position, and we're thriving and we're growing, and it's really cool, and it's humbling to see, because it really shows, you know, you put in the effort, you put in the work, and you eventually get to that point. I used to always tell myself, because I'd see like bands that I would usually play gigs with growing up, like slowly like disappear and like disband and stuff like that. And I always felt like you're always like, right when you quit, you're always like right at the cusp of making it or something like that, or doing something good. So.
That's kind of it. And honestly, that's me when I rebranded to Inhuman. Like I was at that point. Like I had this release on Disciple, like this EP on Disciple with Wake Up Kill Repeat. I don't know if you know that song. And that was probably the first big success of my stuff. Before that, I had like successful albums and stuff like that, but it was always underground. And that was the first time when one song really popped up, had like 3 million views, blah, 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 and so on. And then after that, I released the Art of the Devil album. That worked incredibly well, but at that point, I did not see it because I was not satisfied. And that's where my head started to work. And I was like, okay, I have to do something completely different. I switched my name, and then, of course, like everything kind of broke down, but with a positive outcome, you know, like in that time I learned a lot about myself and where I want to go with my music. So now I'm back to finally do that and focus on that. But I can't deny that it was, in that case, it was a mistake, because I definitely slowed down my career with it. Like definitely 100%.
I guess you could look at that way. I personally see it like, if you you're taking a step back to kind of look at the path that you've taken, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You've seen how it's gone, and then you decided, you know, it's like, maybe this is a chance for me to kind of try something different, and it's okay if it's not going to do really as good, you know, considering how far your main project, which you spent years developing, has went. It's like, of course it's not going to maybe do as much. But
Obviously.
what you gain is just newfound knowledge and new skill set, new genres to play.
New friends.
New friends, amigos. Woo! Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's I think it's definitely worth it. And
Yeah.
like it's and yeah, you ended up coming back. You're like, okay, like you said, it was a side quest, you know. You
Yeah,
learned stuff, and now
absolutely.
you're here.
Yeah, that's how I see it now, and I love to see it like that because it helps me to also cope with it. Because honestly, like in that time, and even though like after I decided, okay, I want to brand back and kind of be myself again, I of course I kind of felt like I fucked up. You know, like obviously that thought was in my head somewhere. But then I was like, yeah, but honestly, there's so many contacts, so many people that I made in that time. Like I worked with incredible labels in that time. I just made so many industry contacts and even good friends and stuff. And I grew so much as an artist. It was important for me, right? So seeing it like that just helps a lot, I guess.
100%,
Same.
man.
I think it's the same for you with your rock stuff, pretty much.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, in a way, success isn't obviously measured fully by like the I guess the time. Oh, I don't know the proper saying to say, so fuck whatever I was gonna say. But point is,
Yeah.
you're right, man. It's not everything that you do leads to the greater goal at the end of the day, right? So
yeah, that's kind of it. And I think that's a perfect way to end this TED talk.
Yes. Good tangent we went on there.
Right?